So I came to a rather unpleasant conclusion last night.
This is going to be a long video, and I'm sorry. It's a clip. If you have not seen the rest... Sorry, still sick. Coughing fit. If you haven't seen the rest of any of Beardick Inspirations content, go check him out. Excellent creator. However, I'm going to respond to this video in a more serious turn. He jokes that they're trying to get in with... that they're going to try and get in with the new generation and influence them and cause them to stick with Hasbro products. But that's not that's not an actual joke. And I'll tell you why. Before 2002, 2021-ish, there was a attempted coup within the actual investors in Hasbro. There was an investment group that owned 2.5% of Hasbro, which is considerable. It was called the Alta Fox Capital Management, and they wanted Hasbro to spin Wizards of the Coast off as its own company. They were actually attempting to add seats onto the board of directors of Hasbro in order to make this happen. They literally thought that Hasbro could not manage Wizards of the Coast properly and wanted to spin it off under its own umbrella in its own company. They predicted they could actually increase the share of Hasbro by $100 a share just by allowing Wizards of the Coast to operate independently and without any interference from the Hasbro board. So, all that being said, why didn't they do it? Well, here's the thing. Number one, Hasbro did fight it off. Number two, also remember this. In 2014, there was roughly 2.5 million Wizards of the Coast players, Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons, etc. That was in 2014, and before everything got crazy. In 2022, the estimated number of Dungeons and Dragons players, not Magic the Gathering players included, Dungeons and Dragons players, is estimated 13.5 million. So that means from 2014 to now, we have an exponential growth in players. And it doesn't look to be stopping anytime soon. So when you say the new generation, all you have to do is say new. If new people are coming in all the time, all of us veterans only make a tiny percentage of the people who are playing Dungeons and Dragons right now. Overall, yeah. They can just wait for us to die. Over the player base and the purchasing options, the power they have coming in, we are a small voice. Do not think for a second that they cannot wait this out, which is what they seem to be intent on doing now, because it looks like they're not going to release it. But do not think the OGL changes. Do not think for a second that they are not willing to sacrifice those 2 million for the other 11.